Hi Sagittarius, I'm Corinne from Sacred Star Tarot. Today we're going to get an urgent message from Spirit to help you with the next 24 hours. Now, before we begin, we're going to call upon Spirit. Calling upon Spirit to preside over this reading, the angels, your higher self, and the light to bring you everything that you need to know and the most powerful and important messages for the next 24 hours. Okay, so let's get started. Now, I'm actually really excited about doing your reading because when I was tuning into your energy, the message that I got was discovering your gifts. So that is super exciting. I'm looking forward to finding out what that is for you. So I hope you're really well. This is a collective reading. So tune into your intuition throughout this reading because you'll get your own messages from Spirit. And also take what resonates and leave the rest. And we'll find out what Spirit wants you to know. So let's start off with the animal spirit cards. So what does Sagittarius need to know? Oh, that was clear. Clear, clear, clear. Gorgeous. Change. Beautiful. So it's dragonfly. So for some of you, dragonflies might be meaningful, or you're seeing dragonflies anywhere. Otherwise, this is the visual of the dragonfly, picture of a dragonfly. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me, and I am brilliant and I am blessed. Gorgeous. And we can see in this picture, if you notice that there's a lily, growing, and the lilies grow out of the dirt. So your transformation is consciousness upgrade, an evolvement of your leveling up of your consciousness, which is causing a big transformation. And that's what I was getting and why I was excited about your reading, because the message that came through is getting connected to your gifts. So let's find out a little bit more. So your message is to embrace the transformation. Sometimes even tuning into that energy and frequency of the dragonfly can be quite beautiful. And in the card is, the main colors are the purple and indigo and blue. So that's all these higher chakras, the ability to create, the ability to see, and the ability to know, so that link to your spirit. So that's quite beautiful, and that's what I'm seeing is like an elevation in your consciousness, which will reveal some of the spiritual gifts that you might not have experienced or known that you have. And for some of you, I'm getting that'll be psychic abilities, higher intuitive abilities, and abilities to heal. Definitely those higher consciousness abilities. So let's find out more, because I'm intrigued. Very beautiful. So Spirit, what else does Sagittarius need to know? So you might be going through a really big change fundamentally in who you are. So the way that you think, the way that you see life, opening those spiritual gifts. Oh my goodness. No wonder I was so excited about your reading. Awakening. It's amazing, Sagittarius. Awakening, energetic upgrades. That's what I just said. A new way of being and integration. Gorgeous. Oh, I wish I was you. This is a wonderful time. And we can see that same energies coming from both of these cards. They're very spiritual, etheric cards. Lovely. So with the energetic upgrades, sometimes that can feel a little bit destabilizing for the body. So if you're going through highs of emotion and maybe lows, or even having lots of energy and then no energy, that could be the upgrades going on. Lots of dreaming, all of those changes that you kind of can't explain can be the energetic upgrades. Changes in mood, feeling a bit more sensitive to your environment can be another sign. But what I'm getting is that you'll start noticing some of those, your clairs, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, and they will come on board, and you can trust it. At least now, this reading is confirming that's what's going on for you. Oh my goodness. Then we have transformation. Wow. Sagittarius, wow. We have change, awakening, and transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, exactly. And that's why you might be feeling a little bit up and down at the moment. So go with the flow, go with the energy. If you need time to rest a little bit more, allow yourself to rest. Know that this is normal and it's changing. Of course, this doesn't, if you need to get medical advice on, if you're concerned about your health, that's a different issue, but you're definitely going through this huge transformation, which could be, you could be feeling it physically. Wow. Okay. Let's find out some more from the tarot. Now, part of that transformation can be healing mentally, emotionally, physically, because the transformation card is also that deep healing on a cellular level. And that's what happens with the upgrades, isn't it? Our cells are changing. And she's got sitting next to her throne the cat, and the cat is that psychic ability. So it's more confirmation that for many of you, this will be your psychic abilities are really opening up. So from the tarot, we have the 8 of Swords. And what I'm getting from this, because there's nothing in your reading suggesting that it's going to be difficult, but what I'm getting from this is that you may not understand, that those highs and lows, or the changes that are happening for you. And that's what I'm getting more, actually. It's the changes. So if you're getting, say your clairvoyance or clairsentience of that knowing starts coming on board, it can be a little bit confusing of not understanding what's going on. But don't worry, because it'll settle. If you need to get some guidance from someone that can mentor you through this process, then you can do that. But otherwise, you'll find your own way. It's like you will adjust, is the word that I'm getting. You'll adjust. Wow. This is really incredible. So be really gentle with yourself. If you need more quiet time or time alone, to let this energy settle, that's okay too. That might be really helpful. If you're becoming more sensitive and your intuitive senses are coming on board, you might need that quiet time or that time alone just to let it settle. Okay, Spirit, what else does... Oh, my goodness, great. Wow. So we have the Magician with the 2 of Cups. Now, the 2 of Cups, so the Magician is your ability to manifest and create your reality. So he has all of the skills that he needs. He has his emotions, his mind and his willpower, and his spiritual connection. And he uses all of these skills to manifest what he wants in his life. So it's the reminder this part of you has the ability to create your reality. And then with the 2 of Cups, this can be a partnership that's going to come in. And like I was saying before, it could be someone that mentors you through developing your spiritual gifts. For others of you, you'll be doing it on your own and it'll just adjust with time. And this is a balance between your masculine and feminine that will be taking place. Because our masculine side is the part of us that's in the world that can get things done, the planner, the organizer, the left brain logic, and the feminine is our intuitive side. And so there'll be this balancing going on between the two, and that's maybe the adjustment that you'll be noticing and feeling. So that adjustment will be happening. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more. Is there anything that Sagittarius needs to know or do? Is there anything that Sagittarius needs to know or do to help with this adjustment and transformation and awakening? So we've got the Death card with the Page of Swords. And so the Death card makes sense because when we're transforming, you have to let go of the old version of yourself. There's parts of yourself, parts of ways that you saw the world, and maybe your perception of what life was like or your beliefs about life, they're going to be, broken down because that needs to change. This will just probably happen naturally. And then the Page of Swords is a new way of seeing life. So if you're starting to see life differently and that's an adjustment, just understand that this is natural. And although I'm getting the feeling that it could be a little bit, it's going to be really positive, but we have to kind of you'll have to settle with it because it'll be such a different way of being. So to have a bit of patience with yourself during the process of change. Okay, so this is a very specific message, but a very, very clear message. It's really positive. I feel like you'll come out the other side as a very different person. And Spirit wants you to be really open to those spiritual gifts coming in. Don't close off to them as long as they feel right, making sure that you're tuning into your intuition and making sure that the way that you're connecting and working with these energies is good, feels right. But if it's feeling right, really being open and knowing, yes, you do have these spiritual gifts and opening up to them. Okay. Now, the moon wants to give you a message too. So let's get a lunar message. So Luna, what message do you want to give to Sagittarius? And that might be important too, is around the new moon and the full moon, if you feel like you need to do any releasing, any rituals, that is coming through as something that will really help. Okay. So what message do we have for Sagittarius? What do they need to know? What an exciting time. So for some of you, it'll be your clairvoyance. For others, it'll be that clairsentience, claircognizance, clairvoyance. So you know how your intuitive connections will be stronger in one or two areas. Okay, so we have your hard work is paying off. Now, I'm not getting that you know this on a very physical level. What I'm getting from this card is that because you've gone through a lot in your life and you've obviously been on a path of self-development, dealing with your past, whatever your life experiences have been have led to this point. So it's more that your hard work from everything up until now has paid off and has caused this transformation and change. And again, you know, that card is the new moon. So around the new moon, it might be worth doing some sort of a ritual that feels right for you. Now, where do we need to go, Spirit, next? Where do we need to go next? Okay, so we're going to get an angel message. So we're going to the angels. And I'm just tuning in, calling in the angels specifically for a message for Sagittarius. How are the angels helping you at this time? That was quick. Okay, divine order. Exactly. So everything is in divine order, so you can trust the process. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. And what I'm getting from this card is that during this time, stay really balanced. And that's because I'm seeing the scales. Stay really balanced in the sense that you might need to ground yourself, you know, at times. So going out in nature, calming your nervous system, letting your energy settle with all of this change. But you don't need to force this or make it happen. It's going to be very organic and natural. And it's just about being aware of those fluctuations that you might be feeling, that energy shift needs to happen on that cellular level of the body. When we open up to more light within the body, then that takes an adjustment. The body physically has to be able to handle more higher frequency and light, and that's where the adjustment can happen. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so excited for you. And again, around that new moon or the next new moon and a full moon, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're here, this is the time that you're meant to get this message. So what's going on for you right now. So you can look up the next new moon and full moon and do some rituals around that time. So let's get one final message for you. Do we have one final message for Sagittarius Spirit? Oh, yeah. So we've got answer the call. So your soul is calling you, exactly, because this is aligning you to connection with your spirit, to your soul, the awakening. Beautiful. Well, Sagittarius, that is your reading. I'm sending you all my love and light, and I'm excited for this transformation. If some of your clairs come online, I'd love to know which ones and how your intuition or what your spiritual gifts are opening up. So write that in the comments. I'd love to know. Wonderful. I'm sending all of my blessings to you. Subscribe to my channel to never miss a reading, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.